Every year, tens of thousands of adults and children are diagnosed with a life-threatening blood cancer or blood disorder, and their only hope for survival is a bone marrow transplant.
Damaged or diseased bone marrow is replaced with healthy stem cells during a transplant. Healthy stem cells may come from the bone marrow of the patient or from a relative or stranger.
In Alabama, a little girl diagnosed with a rare blood disease nearly missed her second chance when a young woman forgot she had registered to become a donor. In September 2022, then 6-year-old Sophie Cromer's parents noticed changes in their once energetic little girl. She would get worn out quickly, had dark circles around her eyes, and
Sophie had some bruising. We took her to the pediatrician. They immediately sent us here.
Here is Children's of Alabama in Birmingham. Sophie spent the weekend undergoing tests and imaging in an effort to figure out what was going on with the once active little girl. She went home after her parents were told their daughter didn't have leukemia, but it turned out Sophie was not out of the woods.
And a few weeks later, she was diagnosed with aplastic anemia, and it was severe.
Severe aplastic anemia is a rare but serious blood disorder, with doctors diagnosing just 300 to 900 people in the United States each year. It happens when the bone marrow, the soft spongy tissue inside bones, does not produce enough new blood cells for the body, including red blood cells to carry oxygen, white blood cells to fight infection, and platelets to control bleeding. Aplastic anemia causes various symptoms like fatigue, shortness of breath, increased risk for infection, unexplained bruising, headaches, and fever. Doctors can treat the condition, but a bone marrow transplant is the only cure. The Cromers felt optimistic Sophie could receive a bone marrow transplant from her older sister, but their hope would turn into a feeling of hopelessness. Their eldest daughter was not a match.
We were very upset. We didn't know what our options were from there.
According to the National Marrow Donor Program, or NMDP, only 25% of patients have a fully matched donor in their immediate family. The remaining 75% rely on finding matching donors from someone other than a close family member. Dr. Eric Griggs is a health educator for Access Health in Louisiana. He says finding a match for a bone marrow transplant is hard and even more difficult if it's a parent trying to donate to a child.
Because 50% of the DNA of that child is from the parent. So the likelihood that there would be a match to the point that it wouldn't be rejected from the parent is really small.
Since no one in Sophie's family was a match, her doctors expanded their search to the National Donor Registry, and that's where doctors found Macy.
My first day of college, they had a booth set up. They did the swab and they sent it off.
Macy Fusler signed up for the donor registry on her first day of class at McNeese State University. 3 years after she registered, Macy admits she nearly missed her chance to be a life-saving match.
They sent something in the mail, and at first I thought it was spam mail. And then I opened it, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I did this. And I actually matched with somebody.
Macy's experience is not uncommon. According to a study published by the National Institutes of Health, limited contact with registry staff is strongly associated with opting out of the registry. But NMDP spokesperson Erica Sevilla disputes that finding. She says there are ongoing communications between NMDP and potential donors asking them to recommit.
We're used to having emails that are unanswered. We use text messaging now as well, and so we'll be sending regular updates via email, via text message, just to remind people that they did swab their cheek, they did join the registry.
And when someone is identified as a potential match, she says they have a team who works to locate that person.
We move mountains, and we will go and search social media. We will reach out to, we ask individuals to provide another contact. And so oftentimes we'll reach people through a parent, especially college students, because they are moving a lot.
Once Macy read her letter, she decided to go through with the donation. Just 4 months after her diagnosis, Sophie received her transplant.
Everyone, please welcome Macy to the stage to meet Sophie.
And more than 2 years later, a tearful and healthy Sophie met the young woman who saved her life. Sophie's mother says not only does her daughter have a second chance thanks to Macy, their family has gained a lifelong friend.
How do you feel?
Good.